Boa noite, galera! Tudo bom, pessoal? Boa noite! I hope you guys are doing great. Sorry for the little delay. We had a technical issue here to start our live, but here we go. Tudo bom, gente? I'm here on Instagram, but only to invite you to join us on YouTube, guys. You have a better performance here because we have our board to write sentences and show you guys what we are going to study today. So come join us on YouTube, okay? Oi, gente! Oi, Safe! Oi, Chris! Is it Chris? Nick, Charles, boa noite, gente! Feliz Natal! Tá quase chegando. It's almost there, right? Are you guys excited for the holidays? How are you guys feeling? I've been so busy. My life has been so busy, guys, that I haven't had enough time to think about it or to just enjoy the season, you know? I wish I could enjoy it more. Boa noite, Andrea. Oi, John. Tudo bom? How are you guys? So again, people here from Instagram join us on YouTube. So guys, the idea tonight is to first present to you a new dialogue in Portuguese, of course, where two folks are talking about their Christmas plans. So we're going to learn some vocabulary, expressions, and then I'm going to point out some of these expressions, but also talk about Brazilian traditions for Christmas. Do you guys know many things or nothing at all about Brazilian Christmas? What do you guys know about it? Oh, Nick, so my family's away. I see. I can understand. It must be hard, right? I hope it's something that it's just, I don't know, transitory. It's not something permanent, and soon you'll be able to join them. So I have had Christmas on another country, far from my family. I only had a couple of friends and my husband with me, but my mom, my father, everyone in my family was here in Brazil, and I was there in Europe. And during these special times, I think we miss them even more, right? I don't know. Muita comida e beber. Ah, so you were expecting this, John? A lot of food and drinks. Oh, I see. Okay, guys, so can we start? Let me just show you my screen and with me here. First of all, I want to know who is a yepper and who is there. If you're a yepper and you are there, please use the hashtag #SoYepper so I can recognize you. I already saw lots of yeppers here, but I would love to see you guys using the hashtag so I can recognize you. And if you're not yet a yepper, and if you don't know what this means, yepper is the way we call our students, our dear students from our school. If you're not yet one of our students, but you just love study Portuguese, learn this beautiful language, please use this hashtag Portuholic. It's a hashtag created by our students because they feel like that. That's it. So, oh, so many yappers. That's so cool. Oh, Safe, you were expecting cachaça for the holidays. Oh my God, I can't believe we completely spoil Safe. He used to be a good boy, you know, guys. But these yappers, We can't trust them. Nick is a yapper, Leo is a yapper, John, Nikki, we can see some Portuholics too, Charles, Andrea, and I can assume that every yapper is also a Portuholic, right? I know. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this camera here and look at my little plant, guys. It's growing. It used to be shorter here, this, I don't know how do you say this parts, but not even in Portuguese. How would you say? Ramo, a branch. So we had these branches over here and now they're here. I'm glad. Anyways, I'm going to read the dialogue for you guys. And I want you to pay attention and try to understand what you can from the dialogue, okay? I'm gonna read it in normal speed, okay? And you try to understand what you can from the dialogue. Try to pick some words. If you are a beginner, of course, this will be really hard, but try to understand some words. You're going to listen to some familiar words. Remember, it's a dialogue between two guys talking about their Christmas plans, so you hear some familiar words or words related to Christmas. And if you're not a beginner, of course, you will be able to recognize lots of expressions, sentences. So, let me know. Are you guys ready? Todo mundo pronto? In this first moment, I'm going to just read the dialogue without showing you the transcriptions. That's why I want you to focus, to really focus, trying to understand what you can. If you have the possibility of doing this, try to just take notes on the things that you heard, that you could understand. Because then, when I show you the dialogue, you'll be able to check if what you had understood is matching what you see. Okay, so if you can, if you have maybe a phone or some paper, just write down what you understand from the dialogue and then you check. Okay? So is everybody ready? Todo mundo tá pronto? Is the sound good? I hope so. Ready? Prontos? So I'm going to start, okay? Guys, this is so funny. There's something going on Instagram Lives that if I do some kind of movement, it just appears like an emoji related to this movement. Can you understand that? Anyways, vamos lá, gente. I'm going to start reading the dialogue. Vamos lá. Mas me diz, o que você vai fazer no Natal? Eu vou para a casa dos meus avós, a família toda vai se reunir lá. Que legal, deve ser bem animado. Sua família é muito grande? É sim. E você vai reunir a família também? Vamos sim. Meus irmãos devem vir todos para cá. Estamos até organizando um amigo oculto. Lá na casa da minha avó vamos fazer também. E como é a ceia na sua avó? O que vocês fazem para comer? Ah, sempre tem um peru e um pernil assado, arroz, farofa, um salpicão ou uma salada especial. E um montão de sobremesa. E na sua casa? Peru é tradicional, né? Não pode faltar. Mas o povo lá de casa não consegue ficar sem um churrasco. Churrasco também é ótimo em qualquer ocasião. E vocês entregam os presentes das crianças na noite de Natal mesmo ou no dia seguinte? A gente entrega tudo na noite de Natal. Ninguém aguenta esperar até o dia 25. E vocês? A gente entrega na manhã do dia 25. As crianças encontram os presentes na árvore achando que foi o Papai Noel. How was it, guys? Too fast? Too hard? What do you guys think? And let me tell you, I'm just closing the live session on Instagram so I can completely focus here. I'm gonna read the dialogue once more so you can try to understand more parts of it, but could you catch some parts, some of their talk? Are you guys ready for the second reading? Amazing, Nick! I understood everything. That's great. This is excellent. Parabéns. So, let's go? Vamos para a segunda? I got pretty much most of it. I'm amazed. This is incredible, guys. Because I was reading the way we would pronounce it in a normal conversation, you know, like not formally reading, just reading the way we say these things. And in a normal speed, okay? So, I'm really glad. Oi, Jacob. Oi, Brandon. Sejam bem-vindos. Welcome, guys. So, let's go for the second reading, okay? So, try to understand once again. And as I said, if you can, write down some of the words or sentences that you could understand. Of course, if you could understand most of it, it's okay. You don't need to write down everything, okay? I understood a little bit, some reason. When I listen to Portuguese, it's hard. When I see it in words, I understand. Yeah, listening is harder than reading it. I don't know, is that so? What you meant? But it is. So don't worry, okay? But let's go second time. Mas me diz, o que você vai fazer no Natal? Eu vou para a casa dos meus avós. A família toda vai se reunir lá. Que legal! Deve ser bem animado. Sua família é muito grande? É sim. E você, vai reunir a família também? Vamos sim. Meus irmãos devem vir todos para cá. Estamos até organizando um amigo oculto. Lá na casa da minha avó vamos fazer também. E como é a ceia na sua avó? O que vocês fazem para comer? Ah, sempre tem um peru e um pernil assado, arroz, farofa, um salpicão ou uma salada especial. E um montão de sobremesa. E na sua casa? Peru é tradicional, né? Não pode faltar. Mas o povo lá de casa não consegue ficar sem um churrasco. Churrasco também é ótimo em qualquer ocasião. E vocês entregam os presentes das crianças na noite de Natal mesmo ou no dia seguinte? Ah, a gente entrega tudo na noite de Natal. Ninguém aguenta esperar até o dia 25. E vocês? A gente entrega na manhã do dia 25. As crianças encontram os presentes na árvore achando que foi o Papai Noel. So, ready to see the transcription? A Christmas reunion. Occasionally, family brings turkey, salads, and even barbecues. Let's see. I'm going to reveal the dialogue and you guys will be able to see if this is correct. Vamos lá? Muito bem. Now you guys can see the dialogue. And I'm going to do the same that I just did. I'm going to read the dialogue, but now you guys will be able to follow the transcription. And you can read it in silent together with me, okay? So, and then after this third reading, we are going to understand what's going on here, okay? So we are going to read line by line, understanding what they are talking about. Vamos lá. Mas me diz, o que você vai fazer no Natal? Eu vou para a casa dos meus avós. A família toda vai se reunir lá. Que legal! Deve ser bem animado. Sua família é muito grande? É sim. E você vai reunir a família também? Vamos sim. Meus irmãos devem vir todos para cá. Estamos até organizando um amigo oculto. Lá na casa da minha avó, vamos fazer também. E como é a ceia na sua avó? O que vocês fazem para comer? Ah, sempre tem um peru e um pernil assado. Arroz, farofa, um salpicão ou uma salada especial. E um montão de sobremesa. E na sua casa? Peru é tradicional, né? Não pode faltar. Mas o povo lá de casa não consegue ficar sem um churrasco? Churrasco também é ótimo em qualquer ocasião. E vocês entregam os presentes das crianças na noite de Natal mesmo ou no dia seguinte? Ah, a gente entrega tudo na noite de Natal. Ninguém aguenta esperar até o dia 25. E vocês? A gente entrega na manhã do dia 25. As crianças encontram os presentes na árvore achando que foi o Papai Noel. Okay, so let me see. Big family reunion at grandparents' house. They will have a lot of food. They're going to do a secret Santa. They let the kids open their presents on Christmas night, not on the 25th. I got 55%, mais ou menos. That's great, Brandon. Entendi tudo muito bem. Andrea, guys, she has to understand everything since she watched more than 100 classes last month, so she's very equipped to understand everything in Brazilian Portuguese. I'm kidding, André. Entendi tudo. Well done, John. Agora fala isso com uma guria mineiro e eu não vou entender. Oh gosh, the accents we have in Brazil. They can make you crazy. But let's not talk about it now. Let's now understand what they are talking about in this dialogue and learn this vocabulary and expressions we can see here. And also about Brazilian traditions for Christmas. So first, Lucas starts saying, or better saying, asking. Mas me diz, o que você vai fazer no Natal? So notice that he uses, to start his sentence, he's saying the word mas, which means, do you guys remember? But. So here, the literal meaning is, but tell me. So, we can infer that they were having a conversation before and he's just trying to restart the conversation or to change a little bit of direction in relation to what they were discussing, okay? So, but tell me. That's the meaning. Mas me diz, o que você vai fazer no Natal? So, what are you going to do for Christmas? So, here we are using the word fazer, meaning, what are your plans for Christmas? What are you going to do? Meaning, are you going to travel? Are you going to leave the city? Are you going to stay home? Will you celebrate it? Will you go to your, I don't know, you know? That's the idea here. Understood what I could, eating at a churrascaria. Wow, that's nice. And it's loud there, I can imagine. No worries, Charles. Alguns sotaques são fofos. They are great, but I know they can be really hard. the accents, I mean. So, let's continue, guys. Then, Adriana answers. Eu vou para casa dos meus avós. So, here she's saying, I'm going to my grandparents' house. So, casa dos meus avós, my grandparents' house, okay? And grandparents in Portuguese will be avós, 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 okay? So notice that we use the feminine form in the plural form to refer to both of them. And this is interesting because normally when we have a plural form and we are including men and women, Portuguese language is a bit, it's not very feminist because we use the masculine form for the plural form, even if we are including women. An example here, irmãos, this plural form can refer to brothers, only men who are brothers, or siblings, so gathering brothers and sisters. So whenever you have a plural form, normally we choose the masculine form to include men and women, and this is different here because we are using the feminine form as the general plural for both. Meus avós, okay? Remember, the masculine form was avô. Oops. What's happening? Avô, avô, avô. Avó is the feminine form. And the plural, grandparents, is the feminine one with the S. Okay? Dominique, I know what you're feeling. Avô and avó are two of the hardest words for foreigners to master the pronunciation. Do you guys agree? Because we receive questions about the pronunciation of these two almost every day on our Instagram account, because it's really tricky for foreigners to comprehend the subtle difference between them. Basically, here we have a closed sound, o, and here it's an open sound, o, o. I'm going to pronounce both of them one after the other so you can compare my mouth opening. O, o, again. O, o. So it's subtle, but it's important because, as you can see, it may differ a word, the meaning of a word, okay? So, of course, this will, you'll be able to improve it with practice, listening and practicing. So keep doing this work, okay? And focusing on the difference between closed and open vowels, because we have these for O, for e. So these are good pairs to practice, okay? So she said, I'm going to go, or I'll go to my grandparents' house. A família toda vai se reunir lá. What's the meaning of this sentence, guys? A família toda vai se reunir lá. So I want you guys to translate here. What's the meaning here? A família toda vai se reunir lá. I'll wait for your answer, but while you guys tell me what's the meaning, I'll check the next sentence, okay? Que legal. Que legal, guys. It's the same as nice. Cool. Okay? Deve ser bem animado. It must be very exciting or lively, you know? The word animado means that something is exciting and vibrant, you know, and happy. That's the idea. A família toda vai se reunir lá. The whole family will be there, will meet up there. There's a specific word for this. Maybe the most exact translation, I don't know, maybe it's gather, okay? So the whole family will gather there, okay? So reunir has the same origin as reunite, okay? Or gather. That's the real idea in English. The whole family will gather there. And then he asks, sua família é muito grande? Is your family too big? And Adriana says, é sim. Yes, it is. So notice that in Portuguese we invert this sentence. While in English we say, yes, it is. In Portuguese it's very common to say, é sim. É sim. Yeah, very good, Brandon. Gather, reunite, very good. Yeah, Charles. Remember to not use the word excited in Portuguese unless you really mean it. If you don't know what we are talking about, I'll let you guys know later. I think it's too early to talk about it. Well, let's continue here. Yeah. So she says, é sim, yes it is, and she asks, and you? Vai reunir a família também? E você? Will you gather the family too? Meaning, will you be with your family too? Is your family going to gather too? And he says, vamos sim, yes we will. Meus irmãos. So again, as I mentioned, when we say irmãos, remember that irmão means brother, okay? It's the masculine word. Irmãos in the plural form can mean brothers, so we can be talking about only men who are brothers, but also we could be including men and women, irmãos. But if we were only talking about women who were sisters, then in the plural form we would have to use irmãs. So irmãs, if we are talking only about women, and irmãos if we talk only about men or about both men and women, okay? Meus irmãos devem vir todos para cá. So my brothers or my siblings must be coming here. They must be coming here. Or all of them must be coming here. Okay, this todos refers to brothers. All of them are coming here. Probably. We know that it's probably or must because he's using the verb devem. They must be coming. Okay? They're probably coming. I like this hashtag, Charles. Yes, Portuguese after dark. Ok, so estamos até organizando um amigo oculto. What's the meaning of this sentence? And yappers, you must know the meaning of this sentence because we have been talking about this these last days. Estamos até organizando amigo oculto. What's the meaning of this sentence? Estamos até organizando amigo oculto. While you guys answer, let's see the next sentence. Lá na casa da minha avó, vamos fazer também. So, at my grandmother's place, we'll also do it. What? What they are also doing at her grandmother's place. So, coming back to this sentence, we are, very good, Nick, organizing a secret Santa. So, secret Santa in Portuguese, amigo oculto. Or amigo secreto is also possible. Okay? So, we are organizing a secret Santa. Very good, guys. So, by the way, this is very popular in Brazil at this time. And we have many jokes about it. I don't know if you guys follow some accounts, these accounts that we follow just to laugh with lots of memes and funny videos. So I really suggest you try to do it because one of the hardest things when we are learning a new language is to understand irony, humor. So it's a very good way to practice Portuguese. And also we understand a lot about this culture we are learning. But I'm mentioning this because during this time we see a lot of jokes about amigo oculto. For example, the fact that maybe you give an amazing gift and receive an awful gift, these kind of things. Okay, continue. Brandon, can you explain até? Here, até normally means until. You are right. So até, if you look at a dictionary, you probably see this as a translation, until. But it can also mean, depending on the context, even. And here, it has this meaning. We are even organizing a secret Santa. Secret Santa. You see? So the word até, it's a very good question because you guys must pay attention to it. Although it can mean until, for example, I work until 6 p.m. Eu trabalho até 6 da tarde. This is like a typical meaning for the word até. But here in this sentence and in many other situations, it may have this other meaning of even. So we are even organizing a secret Santa. Because he was saying, oh, my brothers will probably all come here. We are even organizing a secret Santa, because we are having a lot of people here. Okay? So, very good question. Pay attention to até. Até logo. Até logo. We have many expressions like this, right? Até logo. Oops. Até logo. Até mais tarde. Até amanhã. They're all to say goodbye. So, até logo, see you soon. Até mais tarde, see you later. Até amanhã, see you tomorrow. Okay? So, Adriana said that she'll also do a secret Santa at her grandmother's place. And then Lucas says, e como é a ceia na sua avó? And how is it the... Who knows the meaning of this word? I would love to know if any of you know the meaning of the word ceia, a word that is very common to hear during this time. Anyone? Ceia? So let's see the rest of the sentence and then we come back to see if anyone knows. O que vocês fazem para comer? So what do you do or what do you make to eat? This sentence is a bit weird in English if we translate it literally like I just did. It would probably be translated in English as, what will you have for dinner? Or what will you have for Christmas dinner? Something like this, okay? I am seeing your guesses. So, before I tell you, just remember that verb fazer, which can be translated in English as do, make, depending on the context, is a very productive verb. We use it for many different things. And here in this situation, we are talking about what we are going to cook. And we use it a lot with the sense of cooking. For example, people may say, o que você vai fazer para o almoço? What are you going to cook for lunch? So it's not common to say cozinhar. O que você vai cozinhar para o almoço? Yeah, we may say this, but it's even more common to hear people using just verb fazer with the meaning of cozinhar, cook. Okay? So just pay attention. People may use verb fazer with the sense of cooking, okay? Or cook something, okay? So, about ceia, very good. It's a special dinner. That's it, guys. It's formally, if you look in a dictionary, you're going to see that it's the last, yes, it's the last meal of the day, okay? Ceia. So we can just say it's a dinner, but we don't say ceia normally. We just say jantar. When we are talking about a dinner, we just say jantar, right? So ceia, although it means the same, it's a word that we use in these more formal situations or more special situations. To be honest, the only situation I can remember we say it, it's for Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve, and to refer to, I don't know if you say like this, Jesus' Last Supper. Do you use this word? Because we refer to this scene as A última ceia. Let me write here for you. A última ceia. The Last Supper? Do you say like this? Referring to Jesus' last meal with his disciples? Sorry, it's very hard to know these more formal words in English. Do you use the word supper for this? So I'm mentioning this because these are the only two situations I remember we use this word for, to refer to this last meal Jesus had, the Last Supper, yes, and for Christmas supper, okay? So on Christmas Eve, the last meal we have, we call it ceia. That's it. Okay. Yes, on Good Friday. That's it, guys. That's it. Actually, yeah. That's the exact word, supper, right? So that's probably the correct translation for this word, supper. But that's it. In Portuguese, these are the only situations I remember we use it. Normally, if we are talking about your last meal in a day, you're going to say jantar, okay? Okay, so let's see what they will have for Christmas supper. Ah, sempre tem peru e pernil assado. There's always a turkey and a pernil, guys, is a piece of the pork. We normally just say pernil, and if a Brazilian says pernil, they are referring to a pork. Maybe because we don't have it, this specific part, from other animals, I don't know. So if someone says pernil, they're talking about a part of the pork, okay? So there's always turkey and pork, roasted pork, okay? Arroz, rice. Farofa, you guys know, right? And I have an appendix to this class where I explain some of these dishes, including farofa, salpicão, which is very popular this time of the year, or a special salad, I don't know, more interesting salad. E montão de sobremesa. Who can translate this sentence? Montão de sobremesa. So let's recap the sentence. Oh, there's always turkey and a roasted pork, rice, farofa, salpicão, or a special salad. E montão de sobremesa. What is the meaning of this sentence? Eu adoro salpicão, Brand. It's really nice, right, guys? Have you guys tried salpicão? If you like poultry, if I'm not mistaken, because you can do it with shredded chicken or shredded turkey, you know, normally it's done with chicken, it's made with chicken, but you can also use turkey, as this season is all about turkeys, poor things. So it's very nice, it's really nice. I think it's during summertime when it's really hot, I can have only salpicão as a lunch, you know. You get like full, satisfied, but it's at the same time it's light, I don't know. And my mother-in-law, she makes the best salpicão. It's amazing. When she says that she's going to prepare salpicão, everybody goes crazy because it's delicious. And she asks, e na sua casa? And at your place, in your house, in your family. That's the idea. She want to know what they have for supper, for Christmas Eve at his family. And this here, guys, it seems a mountain. Montão, it comes from the word, I don't know, hill, it would be the word for it in Portuguese. Monte, monte. Monte is a hill. So this expression here, montão de, it's the same as a bunch of. A bunch of. So, and a bunch of dessert. Very good. A bunch of dessert. A lot of dessert. Okay? That's it. Then Lucas says, Peru é tradicional, né? So, Turkey is traditional, right? Não pode faltar. How could we translate this sentence, guys? Não pode faltar. This sentence, I'm gonna give you guys a tip. We say like this, but it actually means Peru não pode faltar. Peru não pode faltar. What's the meaning of this? I'm planning on having Peru on that day as well. I'm planning to. I think I'll have Peru here. Very good, Andrea. A lot of desserts. That's it, Brandon. We can go without it. So, attention to this expression, guys. When we are talking about something that you can't miss, let's say we are talking about a food, a dish that cannot be missed in a dinner or in a situation, or it doesn't have to be about food. It can be about something. Let's say you are decorating your house for Christmas and you want to mean that Christmas tree cannot be missed. So you can use this sentence, não pode faltar. If you are already talking about it, you can just use this, não pode faltar. Or you can add the word isso, that means this. Isso não pode faltar. This cannot be missed, you know? Não pode faltar. And Lucas says, mas o povo lá de casa não consegue ficar sem um churrasco. O povo, although povo, guys, means people, here he's referring to, he's saying, the people from my house, his family. So, but my family cannot be without a barbecue. They cannot pass without a barbecue. So, but my family cannot pass without a barbecue. That's it. They have barbecue for Christmas. And today I posted this on Instagram. I asked you, what was the only dish that is not common to have for Christmas here in Brazil? And I could see that most of you guys were very confused because typically, like the most traditional dish for Christmas in Brazil would be turkey. Turkey, exactly with these side dishes: arroz, farofa, salpicão. You may have another kind of salad too. And instead of turkey, you can also have pork, roasted pork. It's also common. Ham, that we call, let me write here for you, tender. Tender, it's a kind of ham, a very fancy ham. These are the three most common main dishes for Christmas. Peru, turkey, pernil, pork, tender, fancy ham. But guys, I have to say, in many Brazilian houses, many Brazilian families, they do barbecues for Christmas. Because a barbecue is something not so hard to do when you have a big family, you know. There's always a person that likes to just make the meat, prepare the meat, so this person will be there and they can just do, some people do some rice, some salad, and they can have it. So it's very common. I've heard many people saying that they had barbecue for Christmas. And also, the other thing that is kind of common, I already had a Christmas like this, is to order salgadinhos. You remember what is salgadinhos? It's those finger foods that we have here in Brazil. If you have been to a Brazilian birthday party or Brazilian, birthday parties in general, they all have these salgadinhos. Like mini coxinhas, very small coxinhas, very small cigarretes, very small quibe, empadinha. You have many kinds of salgadinhos that we can translate, as I said, as finger food. This is very common too because it's practical. You can just order from a place where they do it, then you have it, everybody can have it. It's light, it's not. Many people don't like to have this kind of supper actually because it's a bit heavy. And we have Christmas during summertime in Brazil, so it can be a bit weird to have a very strong meal late in the night during summer, So I think that's why some people prefer salgadinhos, for example. But stroganoff, that was one of the options that I put on Instagram, is not something that I have. It's something that I have never seen anyone saying that they had for Christmas. No. Although this is very popular in Brazil and people have this during the whole year, they don't have it for Christmas. Safe is asking, peixe também? Yes, some people do, Let me know if you guys know this fish. What fish is this one? That's it, Nick. Bacalhau. Some people cook some dishes with bacalhau. It's not very rare. It's kind of common too. Other kinds of fish too, but bacalhau is our, I don't know, people really like bacalhau. This is for sure a Portuguese tradition because in Portugal this is very much appreciated by Portuguese people, and for sure it's something that we inherited from them, but bacalhau is considered a nice fish here. People really like it, and some people have it for Christmas. I think my mom will cook some kind of dish with bacalhau this Christmas. Let me see your comments. Brazilian Christmas is like a 4th of July barbecue in the US. It's everything together, I think. But it's nice, guys. It's pretty nice. Churrasco, yeah. Ham is more common in the US. Yeah, this ham I mentioned here, guys, is very expensive. Very expensive for Brazilian standards. So I think that it's not that popular because of this. And very good, guys. Bacalhau is codfish. That's it, codfish. So, John, you probably know that it's very popular here, especially during Easter, but now too. People start preparing some dishes with bacalhau, codfish too. So, Adriana says, churrasco também é ótimo em qualquer ocasião. So, a barbecue is also great in any occasion. And Lucas asks, e vocês entregam os presentes das crianças na noite de Natal mesmo ou no dia seguinte? And do you give the presents to the children on Christmas Eve or the day after? Or in the next day? That's better. So do you give the children the presents on Christmas Eve or the next day? Then, and here I want to comment something. Christmas Eve, guys. In Portuguese, do you guys remember what's the word we use for Eve? Christmas Eve. What's the word? Véspera de Natal. Christmas Eve. So you may see this expression, but also noite de Natal. If you see someone saying noite de Natal, which literally means Christmas night, right? They're talking about the same thing. Christmas night or Christmas Eve, okay? That's what they meant. So you can hear people saying véspera de Natal or noite de Natal. They both mean Christmas Eve. And this was the other question I posted today, asking you guys about the day that is mostly celebrated here in Brazil, because some regions in the world, they don't really care too much about the 24th. The celebrations are bigger on the 25th, some on the 24th, and I've heard that some on January the 6th. Here in Brazil, the most important day, like it's the 24th. Most people go to the church on the 24th, and they have this supper on the Christmas Eve. Normally families gather on the 24th on the evening, you know? So that's why I say that this is the most celebrated day for Christmas. Some families also have a Christmas lunch on the 25th. It's very common too, especially if you have a big family. You can spend 24th with some part of the family and the 25th with the other part of the family. This is common. But like the most important day, the special day, is the 24th. Fish and chips team here for Christmas. Nice. Isn't bacalhau dried and smoked in Portugal? Yes, and it's dried here in Brazil too. Normally we buy it dried here in Brazil. So then Adriana says, a gente entrega tudo na noite de Natal. So we deliver everything on Christmas Eve. So we give everything, all the presents, on Christmas Eve. Ninguém aguenta esperar até o dia 25. No one can wait until the 25th. E vocês? What about you? And Lucas says, a gente entrega na manhã do dia 25. We deliver the presents on the morning of the 25th. Kids find their presents by the tree, thinking that it was Santa. So this is also something that may change. Some families exchange presents on Christmas Eve, on the 24th, and some wait for the kids to find the presents on Christmas Day in the morning. I remember in my family, I used to wake up very excited on the 25th, waiting to find the gifts, the presents by the tree. It was like that, and so you can find both situations here. And this other vocabulary. Santa in Portuguese is Papai Noel. In Brazilian Portuguese, because in European Portuguese, in Portugal, they say Pai Natal. Pai Natal. But here in Brazil is Papai Noel. I think it's cute, Papai Noel. So guys, here, some of the things that we saw in this dialogue. So first of all, the Secret Santa we saw. In Brazil, we call it amigo oculto or amigo secreto. You may see some other variations. These two are the most common ones. It's exactly the same thing as Secret Santa. A curiosity. it's common to do this kind of things in other situations. For example, during Easter, many people do what we call, let me write here, chococulto. During Easter here in Brazil, it's very common to have chocolate, right? So it's common to do the same idea of the Secret Santa, but we give and receive chocolate. That's why we call it chococulto. This is nice, right? And of course, some people also do chococulto during this time of the year. Maybe it's cheaper, so it's also common. The expression that we saw, a bunch of, means monte de, or as it was in the dialogue, montão. So a bunch of something or a big bunch of something, okay? Very common expression, guys. And the verb fazer that I mentioned, we use it a lot with the sense of cooking. Vou fazer sapicão para o Natal. I'm gonna cook, or I'm going to prepare, I'm going to make a salpicão for Christmas. O que você vai fazer de almoço? What are you going to cook for lunch? So we use verb fazer often with this meaning, okay? We used to open our PJs on Christmas Eve and the rest of our gifts on Christmas. Okay, that's cute. You have this of receiving PJs as gift for Christmas? Because this is not common here in Brazil. So guys, vocabulário. Papai Noel, we just saw, Santa Claus. Trenó, that you won't be seeing in Brazil unless the fake ones. Slave. By the way, I feel sorry for all the Santas wearing those very heavy clothes on Brazilian summertime. Árvore de Natal, Christmas tree. Enfeites de Natal, the Christmas ornaments or decorations, okay? The lights that we use to decorate our trees, pisca-pisca. This word refers to this movement of the lights because they shine and they stop shining. How do you say this? Twinkling movement. So we call them pisca-pisca. And velas, candles. Also the red, guirlanda, the one that we put in our doors. Okay? John, we are going to use this one app for drawing our names for Amigo Secreto. I'm just waiting for all of you guys to give us your best email so we can draw. We are doing a Amigo Oculto Secret Santa for the Yappers. Okay, and guys, the most typical dishes for this time of year. I mentioned this one last week, panettone. It's a sweet bread, guys, normally filled with dried fruits such as apricot, orange, raisin, but of course Brazilians had to do their own version, and we have now chocotone. So the same dough, but now filled with chocolate, like you can see in this picture. Salpicão, guys, is a kind of salad, and it's known for its mixture of vegetables, especially carrot. You can add other things, but especially carrot. Fruits, some people add apple, for example, and shredded poultry meat, especially chicken or turkey. During this time of the year, turkey can be also seen. Farofa, you guys know, is made from cassava flour, toasted with butter, salt, bacon, onion, garlic until golden. It tastes like heaven. If you don't agree, you have a problem with me. I'm kidding. Pavê, very famous dessert for Christmas. It's made from layers of cream and biscuits. We have many variations. Some have pieces of fruit or cake. It's delicious. And of course, you probably have your own version in your country of this one. It's called rabanada. You just have a slice of bread. It doesn't have a specific bread, it's a wheat bread. It doesn't have to be sweet, actually. You can do it with salty bread too. And then you soak in milk. I haven't done it like this, soaking it in wine, but I think I should try it. Then I dip in eggs and I fry it. I normally I see them fried. They are very nice to have for breakfast, for a Christmas breakfast. Really, really nice. I have never seen it with wine, but I saw that some people do it. I don't know if you guys have tried it. Let me know. I'm curious. Guys, I want to know something before I let you guys go sleep. Which one? Actually, we have more typical Christmas food, but which one would you like to try? If you could, and you can actually, you can cook many of them. I think panettone may be hard because it's a specific kind of dough, but the other ones are pretty easy to do. So if you could try one of these, which one would be? Yes, rabanada is like French toast, very, very similar to French toast. Do you guys like it? So which one would you like to try? Panetone, salpicão, farofa, pavê, rabanada, pernil, peru, what else? Bacalhau that I mentioned, rabanada with wine. Farofa é muito bom, né, Andrea? It's very, very nice. Rabanada, farofa. The only one I've never had is rabanada. And rabanada is the easiest one to do wherever you are, guys. You just have a piece of bread and do as it says. Soak in the milk, dip in eggs, and fry it. It's easy and very nice. Oh, normally, I think you can just dip it in sugar after you fry it. I think it's after you fry it. You can do it. It's really nice because you can see you can see some powder here in this picture. It's sugar. It's very nice. And now I'm hungry. Thank you very much. I don't know why, after every single class, I finish the class feeling hungry. No more. Gente, I hope you guys have enjoyed this class. I'll share with you this file, okay? So you can read everything in detail and also see this dialogue in detail, these expressions that we learned. And if you have anything else you would like to know about Christmas in Brazil, let us know. DM us on Instagram. We'll be glad to share more information about it with you, because besides talking about Portuguese language, we love to talk about Brazilian culture. This is the best for us. We really enjoy it. So, for us, it's a pleasure. Já comprei chocotone para o Natal, Brandon! Cool! I gotta say that I have already bought one. I showed you guys on Instagram the one I bought last week. I finished it already, all by myself. I gotta say that my husband only had a slice of it. I'm very sad, guys. Very sad. Sounds like cinnamon toast crunch, but more filling. Yeah, maybe. But I don't think it has cinnamon. I think you can put it, but it's not like mandatory. That's it, guys. Gente, muito obrigada. Obrigada a vocês, Andréia, Leonardo, Brandon. Oh, thank you very much, Brandon. You are kind. You guys are the best. You are. Thank you so much. And I really hope to see you soon before Christmas time. Okay? So we can say wish each other Feliz Natal. Thank you, Nick, Charles. Obrigada a vocês, tá? Boa noite, gente. Beijo grande. Tchau, tchau.